Hello, and welcome to the Anime Dudes podcast. I'm your host, ShadeX. Now let's get animated!
Woohoo!
Yay!
Yay! Oh, that's a new voice. Please introduce yourself, guest.
Hello, my name is Rebecca Doodles, and I'm an animator.
Cool,
I,
cool.
yeah, I animate a lot of stuff, but nothing too big yet,
Cool.
because yes. And
Yeah, are you working on something big?
yeah, I'm working on my own animated pilot right now called Stella Pie. I still need some voice actors for that though, so anyone who's interested, you can hit me up in DMs. It's about two robots in a post-apocalyptic world full of danger and action. And yeah, that's like my biggest project I'm working on right now.
Well, that's
Cool.
awesome. I've seen some of that. Some of the parts you posted on your YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm. I'm
Yeah,
trying to release some of the stuff sometimes.
yeah, I watched some of this stuff. Yeah, it's very cool stuff.
Thank you.
Cool.
Though the latest one I released was stop motion because I thought that would look pretty cool. But it didn't, and I'm feeling actually kind of embarrassed about that part because it's not up to quality with everything else I've posted.
Everyone's got that standout video,
Yeah.
right? So, should we jump into the news?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Let's jump into some news. Lots of things have been released since we last talked. Let's see. There was Mau Mau. There was Infinity Train, Rocco's Modern Life, Static Cling, and Invader Zim into the Florpus.
Oh, Invader Zim is so good.
Oh yeah, I saw it the day it came out. It was amazing.
Yeah, I stayed up till
Yeah.
1 a.m. and then watched it.
Dang, that's dedication. I watched it, I think, the next day because I realized, oh, that happened. It's released now. And I took some screenshots and I wanted to show them off and be like, hey, look how cool this looks. Look at Sim, look at Dib, look at the whole crew from back then being back together and stuff. But that would have spoiled it for everyone, so I didn't.
Like I'm glad I kind of saw it when I did before I checked social media because like there was like a lot of blurry type stuff out there.
Yeah. Also, the fan art is booming right now. I'm so happy. I
Oh,
love like the creative fan art people come up with from Invader Zim.
it's like a really big step up from like the fan art people used to make of Invader Zim. It was all like this edgy hot topic stuff, and
Oh
now it's all
yes.
this soft, rounding, this like almost wrapped in nostalgia kind of thing.
Yeah. Weirdly enough, I don't see that happening too much with Rocko's Modern Life. It feels like people kind of wanted it to, stay in the past and not really, the reboot wasn't the most necessary thing.
Yeah, I like people saw Rocco and they liked it, but they didn't like it as much as Zim.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm more nostalgic for Zim than Rocco because I was like born in 1996, and
It's one of
the
those.
final season aired like wow when I was still a baby, so I didn't really watch it.
Yeah,
It
that's the
really is one of those
same with me.
cartoons that benefits from a rewatch.
Yeah, I watched
Mm.
it in reruns on Nicktoons Network and recently Nick Rewind.
Oh, what is Nick Rewind?
Oh, it's like an American block on T-Nick. Like at night, they air like 90s cartoons, like 11 p.m.
I thought that was called the Splat.
They keep changing the name. It was like the '90s are all that. Then it was Nick's. Then it was the Splat. Then it was Nick Splat. Now it's Nick Rewind.
I mean, it works, I guess, no matter what name it has. But we don't really have that here in Germany, so that's just not a thing people really think about. We have more of like live action shows, reruns.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that like at some point Nick just takes Nicktoons and merges it with Nick Rewind and makes it its own channel, because Nicktoons hasn't been doing much. Like, I know they air live action stuff on the Nicktoons channel for some reason. But they do air old episodes of SpongeBob and Fairly Odd Parents. Like, they marathon those shows a lot. But besides that, there's not a lot of there's not like a lot of cartoons on there. Like, no classic stuff is on there.
Oh, that's pretty sad, actually. I mean, Nick had like a really good roster back then, but then SpongeBob took everything over, and then a lot of things just stopped. You know,
The
that's kind of
infamous
sad.
SpongeBob standard started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they?
Yeah.
Do they still air a Loud House though?
Yeah.
It was one of the only shows that would beat the standard.
Okay.
Yeah, Nicktoons has basically become like the graveyard like for cartoons. Like if like Harvey Beaks got moved to Nicktoons, like if they air your show on Nicktoons after airing it on Nick, that basically means the show's probably gonna get canceled.
That's horrible.
Yeah, like that happened to
You
CH.
don't want to be on Nicktoons.
Yeah, that happened to CH Greenblatt. Like they moved all the new episodes to Nicktoons, I think without telling him.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Because like, you gotta pay to get Nicktoons, like on a satellite channel.
Yeah.
And like Nickelodeon comes on standard cable.
Yeah,
That means a lot of less people were seeing it. They were basically putting a pillow over a sleeping kid.
Yeah.
Oh, that's brutal.
Oh, yeah.
That's why my show will probably not be pitched to Nicktoons, because I feel like it's not reliable enough.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
sure, other channels have their downs too and stuff like that, but it feels more, you can still talk to them instead of being just silenced in a way.
Yeah. Like I've heard from a lot of different artists, like some with industry experience, some with not experiences talking to these companies. From what I've heard, Cartoon Network is the most lax with their artists. Disney, of course, is Disney. That's an army of censorship, and Nickelodeon has the SpongeBob standard holding it back.
Yeah, like none of the Loud House movie is going to be on Netflix now. Basically every Nick property, Ninja Turtles, like they're putting that on Netflix, but the SpongeBob movies will always be in theaters.
Yeah.
Oh, and I know a live action Dora movie came out recently. I haven't seen it, but I know that there was one thing that that got posted online. There's like an entire animated segment of the movie.
Oh, there is.
I didn't know that.
In a style similar to the original show, but like it looks slightly different.
Like, is it hand drawn or is it Flash-y?
I think it's hand drawn. I'm not sure. But like this was their way of integrating all the weird stuff from Dora, like Map, the talking backpack, all that.
Oh, I think she gets high at one point in the movie, and then that happens.
It's the trippy the dog trip segment.
Think of a small children's cartoon character getting high just to.
I think
that's amazing.
I think they like go to get some like toxic or some toxic smoke or just hallucinogenic smoke, and then they get high.
Yeah, people say it's really trippy, that movie, and kind of disturbing.
Yeah,
I need to see this.
I'm curious if I assume Swiper talks in it because Benicio del Toro is in it, and Danny Trejo voices Boots. But so far in the trailers I've seen, there has been no talking. Boots hasn't talked.
He like talks at the end for some reason. I saw a review of it, and it's just really weird. Especially because a lot of people say it's more orientated to like younger kids, but most of the kids that used to grow up with it are now a bit older, so it doesn't really, you know, not a lot of people are sure for what the audience is for it, you know.
Target is kids. Why would you show your main character getting high and hallucinating talking inanimate objects?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah, and like Dora's uncle or dad like gets high and then he just strips his clothes off and runs away.
Okay.
That
This
happens.
the more enticing, yet it's a push pull kind of thing. I do want to see it, yet I don't want to see that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
same.
that's like at the beginning of the drug. He's like animated. He just runs away.
It's even worse.
Oh no,
Yeah,
no,
someone took the time to animate that.
Stop. Let's talk about
talking
Now.
about weird animation. How about we talk about 12 Forever, which is out.
Oh yeah,
Oh
12 Forever came
yeah.
out.
Yeah, there's like 24 episodes on Netflix, I think.
Yes, I've watched them all, and I have a pretty good assessment of what the show is about and everything. Uh, it it's a bit weird because they changed a lot of things, of course, since the pilot, and instead, they made it more diversal with like different types of people that weren't in there before. But that also makes it a bit weirder to just see the before and after because uh 12's best friend used to be Caucasian and now it's like, I don't know, Mexican or something. I'm not
Yeah.
quite sure. It's never really mentioned. And next to that, when he gets into that second world, which the whole show is based around, he becomes purple,
Yeah.
which I don't understand. That feels kind of odd.
It kind of feels a little inconsistent since 12 kind of retains everything she
Exactly.
is.
That is just really odd, and the transformations are kind of creepy by the guy.
Yeah, he's like a shapeshifter and he does weird transformations.
Yeah, but only like halfway.
Yeah, his face is still the same.
Yeah, and 12 is at some points really creepy because she doesn't want to grow up, but like it's more like, what is it, big or loudmouth or whatever it's called. It gives me that vibe sometimes, and it's just kind of creepy, to be honest. Yeah, I think big mouths.
Oh yeah, Big Mouth, which got renewed for like 3 more seasons while Tuca and Birdie got
What?
canceled.
Yeah, that's a bit odd, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought Tuca and Birdie would like get, because like it was by Lisa Hannawalt, who worked on BoJack Horseman. And BoJack Horseman's a Horseman. That's a huge hit with Netflix. So I thought they'd maybe want to work with the animation studio on a new series after BoJack ends.
Yeah.
But no, apparently they don't.
That's pretty random, though.
It kind of sucks. Like, I'm not sure. Like, show ends. Actually, I've got news relating to that too. But like, whenever a major show ends, it kind of makes me worried. Because I see a lot of like people posting their Twitter handles like looking for work or taking on commission. Worried because this is the industry I want to go into, and a lot of the professionals are like struggling.
Oh yeah, I've seen a lot of that. I I actually thought about doing a Kickstarter or something for my show, so I can pay people because it always feels bad when I can't do it, especially with this pilot right now. But the bigger problem is with like crowdfunding stuff like that to get people paid. is that you also have to put extra work in it to have more than just the pilot to show as a reward. And with like industry professionals and stuff like that, since they're also struggling, I feel like something like that would probably not be backed if there's like no one really big known behind it. So yeah, it's big trouble. Yeah.
One of the reasons is they put like celebrity names in trailers of big movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the Dora movie is majorly not that great, but the animators probably got paid pretty good since, you know, there are names in that movie that are known.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what I'm suspecting, but I can also be proven wrong. I don't know, since the whole was it the adult animated movie with the hot dog?
Sausage Party?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Party.
Sausage Party. There was like this whole thing about animators not getting paid and shit like that. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's a very cruel medium.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. Speaking of shows getting canned, well, not really canned, more just like moving on, ending. OKKO, a lot of the storyboard artists came out and admitted they've ceased production.
Yeah. That's
Kind of
really
makes me sad.
saddening. Yeah,
Although,
I love that.
not surprised. The show was like,
Why?
in writing and in very literal art direction, the show was very quote unquote unstable.
Oh, yeah.
The inconsistencies, while they established at the very beginning, KO does not have a consistent size, age, or whatever about the adventure. Adventure sometimes needs context, and that was kind of hard to get when you watched KO, like when you binged it. Sense of ground to stand on wasn't really there, which that's just my personal theory as to why the show didn't last as long as it did.
I mean, yeah, it jumped all over the place at some points, like with the academy parts, where it's more centered around the purple-haired girl,
Enid?
yeah, around Enid, and then like a few rat-centered episodes, but then they're out of space, and it's really loosely based on different things that are not quite connected, and then they have the power cards, and then they don't have the power cards, and no one cares suddenly about the power cards anymore, and then it's suddenly brought up at the end again. But you know, that's I really like the show though. It's like a big inside joke.
Yeah, I like.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, I really like OKKO, even though I haven't been up to date on it. Like, I usually watch it. Oh, there's a crossover. I'll watch that, but I should watch the like full show.
Yes, you should definitely.
It was a show definitely made for animation nerds.
Yeah, there's Hanna-Barbera references, like they use the sound effects.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and sometimes like the Captain Planet episode is pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of the jokes in there were really funny.
Yeah, and the Sonic one, and I think Your World is an Illusion. That episode is really like crazily good made.
Yeah, I love when like cartoons just like break down and like the characters themselves don't realize they're animated, but their animated world is falling apart.
Yeah, it's so good. That's also like in the new Invader Zim. There's like I don't really want to spoil anything, but there's
Yeah, I do know the scene you're talking about.
Yeah, there's like a part where
yeah
they change realities, quote unquote, and so like the animation style changes from frame to frame, and they have I think a lot of guest animators in that one, like animators that are from different TV shows or online artists and stuff like that happening, and it's so well done.
I thought for like when they were doing that little montage, I thought they would like flash to like the old hard edge style just for a minute.
I'm not sure. Maybe they did. I wasn't sure. I wasn't going frame by frame through it.
I did, and they didn't do it. Although what they did do, I thought was really clever.
Hmm. Oh, I thought they were doing a certain one that is also.
Yeah, like. Go ahead.
Didn't they do like they did a reverse AU where Zim was a human and Dib and Gaz were Urkins.
Oh yeah, I think that's also a reference to the comics. Like there are a lot of comic references in that.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
entire first half of the movie is based on the comics.
Yeah.
Though I wish they would have stretched out Dib working out a little more, because.
Yeah.
Like, who did you all read the comic? Like the first one?
I did.
All right, so Shade, in the very first comic, when Dib is getting back in shape, he starts singing his own theme song to himself.
Yeah, Dib.
Gaz taunts him for it, and then he's like, "Do you want me to get back in shape or what?" And then she starts shredding on guitar until it burns in her hands.
Yeah, I wish they kept. It was like it was a montage with some music. Like there was no Dib singing or anything. That would have been funny. That would have been really funny. But I'm glad they at least kept the Gaz shredding the guitar and like. Yeah, there were scenes pulled straight out of the first issue of the comic, but after that, the movie is totally original story.
Yeah, I also like that they had like a kind of a bigger thing happening with like less of a meat-centered plot, which I saw in the comics a lot, like just meat, random meat. And they don't really have that in this movie, which is great. I like that they didn't do the joke ways, but more of a serious kind of thing.
Yeah, in the Invader Zim movie comic, like the story is completely different. Like it ends with like Dib just being made fun of for being fat. Basically, like Zim leaks all the videos of fat Dib.
Yeah, something like that happened. I'm still trying to catch up on the comics again because I haven't read them since they came out.
I have volumes 1 through 3, but now there's like 8 volumes, so
yeah.
So I have like 4 more volumes. 5. Yeah, 5 volumes like to get. But I know they have them collected in hardcovers, like 3 volumes in one book, so maybe I could get that instead.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I'm not sure yet, since I'm not, I don't have that much money right now, since I'm really trying to save up for next year's VidCon, since I'm attending that.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I don't know if anyone else will be there that I know, but hey, it's worth a try. Have you guys ever gone to like conventions like that?
I went to one con, but I was unprepared because it was my first con, being post-con sickness.
Oh, yeah.
I went to Planet Comic Con in Kansas City. It was fun. I got lost from my friend, but yeah, I ended up not going to a lot of panels aside from one where it was about the Flash CW show.
Oh, I heard it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's decent. Like I hadn't watched in a while, but the panel made me kind of want to watch more of it again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they had John Wesley Shipp, who was the Flash in the '90s, and then they had Danielle Panabaker. She plays Killer Frost in the show.
That's pretty cool, though. I don't really know about the lore of that show / comic book.
I've seen I've seen bits and pieces of the second and third seasons, most of the first season. Like, I still need to watch. I haven't finished season 1, but I've like seen clips of other seasons, episodes. It's all right. Apparently, they're doing a crossover soon.
Like Drake, did you just fall?
Something fell off my desk.
Okay. But yes, our ShadeX. You can continue if you want, ShadeX. I just mentioned that.
I don't need to. It's
okay. Well, what else can we talk about that is cartoon related?
There's Mau Mau, Heroes of Pure Heart.
Ah, that's so boring. Sorry. I don't know why. It has a good premise. It's kind of like Mighty Magiswords in a way, but something about it just really is really boring. I don't know what it is.
The stakes aren't really that high.
Yeah, that's it. It's
Yeah,
like Adventure Time without the backstory and the plot.
yeah, I, yeah. I watched 2 episodes of it, and that's it. Like, apparently they marathon like half a season one day. Like, Cartoon Network's doing that.
Oh,
Like
I didn't know about that.
they marathon a bunch of shows, like new episodes. I think. Like, I know Amphibia, that Disney show, like all of season 1 already aired.
Oh, okay. That's like some of these things just kind of move by, and I don't get a lot of it. Like, I don't know a lot of it because it's just not airing in my country, or it's
Yeah.
not as fast airing in my country, and I don't know where to watch it at all. It's like not available for me.
Yeah, like the thing is, like there's no like free way to watch like cartoons now. Like I think at for a time they were free, but now it's like log in with your cable information to watch full episodes. Though I do know that Cartoon Network has free episodes like weeks later on their site.
Like that kind of irks me. Like the Cartoon Network app for your phone,
Yeah.
the anti streamer, because like I cut my cable cord, not literally, of course. I haven't paid for cable in like 2 to 3 years. Need a cable subscription or a satellite subscription, Cartoon Network app in its entirety.
That's so stupid. What?
Yeah.
Why?
They could
And even
like
then, it's not even the whole Cartoon Network library. If I want to watch all of Steven Universe, I can't watch it on the app. I've got to go to some place like Hulu, which even they might not have all of it.
yeah, I think like Cartoon Network should just make a streaming service that like is affordable or something, which I think they plan on doing.
Yeah, but that's kind of really bad because if you want like every option, you have to like pay so much more money
Yeah,
than
yeah,
the normal
yeah.
cable subscription, which
Yeah.
makes no sense at
Yeah,
all.
that makes sense. Yeah.
Also, talking about not being like everything available everywhere in like Netflix and stuff like that, something really weird happened. I was showing off to my friends Netflix and everything, and showing the trailers in there. What is right now on Netflix, and we saw like half of the first episode of Steven Universe, and my friend is like, "Yo, they changed something about the audio," and I listened really closely to it, and the audio of the Steven Universe first season at least is more high pitched on Netflix.
Weird.
Uh, uh,
I don't know why. Something went wrong.
is it one of those issues where it's like it's viewable, but it's going to make you absolutely miserable the more you notice it?
Yeah, that's kind of it.
Like you're used to hearing it in the normal way, and then you hear this slightly off pitch, and it gets to you more and more the more you listen to it.
Exactly. It's so confusing, like for the ears, since I was just jokingly switching languages back and forth, and I think it's like with all of the languages, they're just slightly high pitched. Netflix need to like fix that, you know? It's weird.
Yeah. Yeah, the thing with Netflix is like they don't always have like English dubs of anime.
That as well, though it's like region locked often if it's not available in your language.
Yeah.
Mm.
Though
Like I had a thought and then I lost it.
Okay. Though I've heard from other people that they just log into other languages Netflix accounts. They don't know where it is exactly, but then they go through the show they want, and that's available at that point. So you just have to change your broadcasting language overall. And sometimes it even has like English language selection, but it's not showing up in the English language if you got it set for everything. It's confusing as heck.
Yeah. I used to use a VPN to watch Netflix stuff all the time. But then Netflix cut back on VPNs. Like, Netflix used to allow it, but then they were forced by studios to crack down on it. So like any free VPN like from Google Chrome does not work with Netflix.
Oh, that's oh yeah, that reminds me. I have this VPN thing that is as well kind of not good. The Holla free VPN that also does not allow in Netflix.
Yeah, I used to use Hola all the time for Netflix. Like I watched, like apparently Spectacular Spider-Man was on Netflix in Mexico, so I watched all of season 1 that way. And Young Justice season 2 I think was in another country, so I watched that way. I'm trying to think what other shows I watched, but I think that was what I watched.
Okay. You know what really pisses me off though?
What?
In my country, I can't watch the original Inspector Gadget. It's just not available, and I have to watch the new 3D one, and I just don't care. I want to watch the old one, but there's no possibility for me to do
you're
that.
Talking about the cartoon. I thought you were talking about that old movie, live action movie.
No. I don't really care about that one, to be honest.
Yeah, that
I think
one,
I saw it even.
I've seen it. Yeah, they
Inspector Gadget.
They change it so Claw, Dr. Claw, like he's like visible when in the show they never show his face.
Yeah. What was it? Cartoons. You guys want to know something non-cartoon related, which is really interesting?
What?
Sure.
I was in some random Discord server and I met a dude that's also in Germany right now, and I have this weird obsession with Taco Bell. Cause we don't have it here in Germany, just like Inspector Gadget, seemingly. And I asked him, hey, wait, you speak a lot of English, you know? And he was like, yeah, I do. I'm in the military base here. I'm like, wow, wait. So you have Taco Bell? Because that's where it's located in Germany. If you want Taco Bell, you have to go into an American airbase to get your fucking Taco Bell. And I was just saying, hey, man, can you like smuggle me in there? And he was like, yeah, sure, I can. And now, next week I'm gonna get some Taco Bell by getting smuggled into American airbase.
Nice.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, Taco Bell's pretty.
A few
good.
recommendations I have.
Huh?
There's always soft taco. Like, do you have a plan of what you're gonna order?
No idea yet.
What I normally get when I go in there is usually 2 soft tacos and maybe 1 Doritos taco. But also, there's a Mexican pizza. Get at least 1 little thing of cinnamon twists.
Yes.
What is cinnamon twist?
Those are good.
They're like they're not really fries or potato based, but they're these cinnamony little crunchy bread things that eat them after everything.
Are they similar to churros?
Cinnamon twists are full of pockets of air and holes to keep them like really light and fluffy. They're very much more thick and bread based.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. I've had Taco Bell on occasion. I like there's a steak burrito. There's that. Then I've had the beefy 5-layer burrito, which has queso and sour cream. That one's good.
What was the one with rice in it?
I think that has rice in it. Maybe I'm not. Or Or
It's
maybe
queso cheese?
yeah, queso is cheese.
Oh, okay.
I think the steak burritos have rice in them.
I just hope they have like the full assortment, like with like they have that stuff there, because I'm driving like 2 hours to get there just to get fucking Taco Bell.
And so I'll tell you that.
Yeah, and they have like Mountain Dew freezes, at least where I am.
Wait, was it? Wait, was it Taco Bell that had the exclusivity deal on Mountain Dew Baja Blast?
Yeah.
Ooh, what's that?
Mountain Dew Baja Blast is a specific flavor of Mountain Dew that you can only buy at Taco Bell's.
Though they did release it in stores eventually for at least a brief period of time. It might still be Taco Bell exclusive now, but it was in stores.
The only place I can find it is at a Taco Bell.
Yeah, I saw memes of people bringing like milk jugs and filling it with Baja Blast.
How is that like calculated though?
How they charge you for it?
Yeah, if you have your own bottle.
I don't think that's allowed.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think that's allowed.
Yeah, you ask for a cup size. You go to the soda fountain, and they charge you for the cup, not the soda.
Oh, there are people actually like remaking Baja Blast to so you don't have to buy or go to a Taco Bell to get it.
Yeah, like Taco Bell's been doing that they've been doing what's it called? Mountain Dew. They've been doing these exclusivity deals with people like Mountain Dew and KFC since I saw their Mountain Dew Sweet Lightning, which to me is disgusting.
What is Baja Blast, by the way? It sounds like a mouthwash.
It's a tropical Mountain Dew, I think.
Tropical Lime Storm is what they say on the Dew site.
Yeah. So it's lime lemonade.
Yes, to me I just like the flavor.
Huh.
Tropical lime flavor. Yeah, I really like it.
But yeah, if you're going to Taco Bell, be sure to get yourself at least try the Baja Blast.
I'm gonna try it, but the problem is I don't know if they let me in, so it might be the case that my friend is gonna buy it for me, and then we're gonna eat outside in front of the base. But he said there's like an American mall inside, so I really want to like have a look at that. Since I heard American malls in America are actually kind of dead or dying.
Oh yeah, online shopping has killed the mall scene here.
Yeah.
I
love to watch those videos about like empty malls or what used to be from different YouTube channels.
Yeah. Was like, well, malls still make big bank off of their food courts alone, but most of the venues like those are rent space. Apart from like the big clothing department stores on either side, just open spaces up for rent, and a lot of people. Oh, we have an online store that makes more money. Risk versus reward. I think I'll take online. So they just stop paying rent, move out, and there's just a bunch of empty, vacant lots, and it's kind of sad.
Yeah, it's really sad.
Yeah, my mall is still operating.
That's positive.
Yeah, but I think the games.
Yeah, I have a mall here that still operates, but there's a lot of empty space.
Yeah, I think the GameStop.
I think one of the only reasons.
The GameStop at my mall is gone, I think. But there's still a Hot Topic
that's
at
a bad
least.
sign.
Yeah, there's still a Hot Topic.
The only places you can find a Hot Topic, because I haven't seen one as a standalone store.
And then in Branson, there's a place.
That here in Germany.
Yeah, in Branson, there's Branson Landing. They have a Hot Topic in a Disney store. Like, it's a big outside store area. Yeah, there's like a...
Okay, Disney is pulling crowds and stuff, so they will survive.
Yeah.
So
that reminds me, I will
yeah.
also be going to Disney next year, and I'm really excited. But I don't know if I should do like studio tours or anything like that, because like the animation industry is pretty popping in that corner of America, and stuff like that. Like, I don't know if I should do it, or should I just keep being on the magical side of Disney and yeah.
If you're working for a company, you want to know them from all angles.
Kinda, but I'm just really fresh, I would say, in that direction. I don't know yet where I want to be or where I'm gonna go. Since I'm pretty much an opportunist when it comes to that. So I'm really interested in the Adult Swim scene of things, but they're on the different side of America and not in Anaheim.
Yeah. Best not to burn any bridges until you've secured a job.
Yeah, that of course.
Which I've kind of made the mistake of doing since I've, well, I haven't publicly done it, well, outside of this podcast, but like, it's about Nickelodeon, which is probably like to pitch there or even work there as like maybe a storyboard artist. They're going to know I have opinions.
Oh,
Don't
okay.
care anymore. They like, yeah, I have opinions. I'm a human.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of people burn bridges accidentally online. I mean, think about what Aaron Hansen pulled lately. You know.
Yeah, that big payload stunt. Well, I wouldn't
Yeah.
call it a stunt, more of a misunderstanding.
A misguided opinion.
There you go. This whole debacle. Oh gosh, did we lose Shade?
I don't know. Shade?
I'm okay. The Aaron Hansen thing. Are we talking Aaron Hansen or Palo? Senior Palo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he did a Storytime Animator parody video, and Aaron Hansen was like, "Oh, that's offensive. I was criticized for my animation, and that hurt me. That's not okay."
Yeah,
like, it was very weird because like everybody that was quote unquote featured in that parody took it in good spirit.
Yeah.
There's also this guy, I think, was it the Gamer from Mars? Yeah, it was the Gamer from Mars. I watched his video on the topic. He released one really quickly, like 1 day ago, and it feels really like unresearched and really outside opinion, because he's like, oh yeah, Aaron Hansen kind of has a point, but he was kind of being a big stupid. But it feels like, no, Aaron Hansen does not have a point. I didn't quite understand what he was trying to say. It felt like he was just trying to push out the video about anything really, and he didn't really care about the topic. So that was kind of a grab into the toilet, I would say, by the Gamer of from Mars.
The Gamer of Mars.
Yeah, Gamer of Mars.
Yeah, not the most quality thing. Although, speaking of Aaron Hansen, can I just talk about Game Grumps in general real quick? Like, I noticed, like, I unsubscribed from them recently, which was hard for me to do.
Mm-hmm.
They have changed so much in, like, a weird way, to me, at least. I don't swear anymore, which, to me, I thought that was, they're kind of putting too much restriction on themselves in favor of YouTube money. Get it.
Oh, yeah.
Algorithms and all that, but they were doing fine before. Oh, they have like their own business ventures, like the merch, the RPGs, the game. I think do they get revenue, Daddy?
I think they did get revenue from that. I know there was put on different platforms. but I'm not 100% sure. I know the monster game where Aaron Hansen, I think, voiced, and a lot of other people voiced, the Monster Prom, I think it's called.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was really interesting.
Yeah, to me, it felt like Game Grumps as a concept had lost its focus.
Oh,
like,
yes.
Like, not, like, kind of trying to hide their gaming aspect a little bit. They kind of just stopped branding the show in their video titles as Game Grumps, and to things like craziest, like, they started making, like, I want to say clickbait titles, which kind of hurt a little bit.
They did, though.
Their latest thumbnails and titles, they don't have the words Game Grumps anywhere in there, and they're just doing like this craziest this ever, or like you won't believe this. I don't think they actually did that word for word, but you know, you get the point.
Yeah, and they also changed now to the Grumps, and they're gonna put content on there. And I feel like they're probably gonna phase out the Game Grumps channel at some point and just gonna be the Grumps instead. Since I feel like that's a lot of work for a smaller team to handle, like 2 channels that produce constant content, basically. So it's really odd, and I wish them good luck. I mean, a lot of good people work on that stuff, not only Aaron and Dan, but it just feels like they just lost not only their edge, but also their kind of almost family aspect they had of like being a group and just kind of backing each other, because they also broke apart inside by having all of these things come out where I'm like, okay, that happened.
Yep, like Ross left, to a certain extent, Barry's gone, Matt and Ryan moved on. I don't see Brian anymore, Ninja Brian, outside of NSP videos, which...
I mean, he's a father and everything.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird opposite situation, greater than the sum of their parts. Well, the sum of their parts is actually starting to become greater than what they are together.
True. Kind of like when the Steven Universe storyboarders just kind of hopped off and made their own thing.
Yeah. Like, I'm genuinely more excited for the next NSP video than I am for Big Game Grumps thing.
The short handle I'm not sure about. NSP was...
Wait, what?
You said NSP? I'm not
Yeah. Danny's
sure.
Danny's band between him and Ninja Brian, Ninja Sex Party.
Oh, Ninja Sex. Okay, if you say it out loud, I recognize, but NSP was just a weird thing I never heard just anyone say.
Yeah, Finn. Oh, yeah, I know that what Danny Did You Know had Finn Wolfhard from Stranger Things in it.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
actually the only part that made it into the news.
Yeah.
Person there, which, all right.
All right. Speaking of YouTube and animation, I thought about like my channel a lot lately, and I'm not sure what I should post anymore, since you guys know about my show I'm working on and / pilot, but it's been becoming harder and harder to do anything on YouTube animation related. Which I understand the Game Grumps and everything, people just leaving the quote-unquote animation business to pursue better things. But I would still like to see more actually animated content, which, you know, it's becoming harder and harder, and of course the focus is kind of not there anymore.
Yeah, like I know the algorithm is bad for animation.
Although there are some people that are making at least short-term, like little animated shorts in the long run. Like my friend Word, doing some like it's very simple, very short animated shorts, but it's animated. It's not just a black and white thing with somebody telling a story that may or not be made up. Which that might have been a jab that hit a little too hard.
Yeah, though it makes me really think, because there was this one video uploaded by one of the Odd Ones Out friends called... He's the one with the devil horns.
Something else YT?
Yes, exactly. He uploaded a video where a lot of other animators just worked on and worked their butts off. I think um, Pivot's animation's girlfriend was part of that. Auntie Darkheart is her name, and she does really well, like animations and everything. But she does, not get as much known because it's still something else that gets all the attention and quote unquote fame. And it it feels really weird because every animator kind of has their own ego and want to be out there, and I feel like they're just kind of overshadowed by a bigger thing always. And I don't know how to feel about that.
It's just a constant pressure to keep up.
Yeah, that also. Since I also want to, get recognized at some point and be bigger and bigger and stuff like that. But it gets hard to focus because you gotta do fan art to get bigger as an artist slash animator. But you also want to concentrate on your own stuff, and then you also have to make money on the side somehow. So that's just a whole lot of things to take care of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the thing with animators and the storytime animators, the algorithm is that they have to hire animators to like animate for them, so they can keep up with the algorithm. So they can do like, I guess weekly or monthly uploads. I don't know how often they upload, but they have to upload somewhat consistently.
Yeah.
Which does beg the question, like, Patreon exists, which people... There's some content creators that actively don't do Patreon because they don't think they make content that's worthy of it.
Mm-hmm.
Make commentary videos. Don't. I'm not making a Patreon. That's not something you should support. Which I want to support these people because I like the things they do. YouTube, it's not enough just to watch a YouTube video anymore or to share
Sadly, yeah.
And
yeah.
These big animators, some of them don't have Patreon accounts and they think they can just live off the YouTube algorithm, which, even saying that out loud, you can kind of tell that's kind of a decision in the world.
That reminds me, the Starbarians guy,
Harry Partridge,
he recently got a Patreon, and so many people just jumped up on that opportunity to be like, yo, you need that money, man. You need that. Just kind of shoving it almost in his mouth aggressively, their money. And he was like really surprised that people were so like overjoyed by him opening a Patreon page.
Yeah.
And that was great to see. That was really great.
Oh yeah, I just realized Patreon changed their rules. Like now you have to get a Patreon pro account, and I should have jumped on that. Like my friends were saying, set up like I'm setting up a Patreon. I'm setting up a Patreon. So I really should have jumped on that before they and got grandfathered in before the Patreon Pro stuff got added. But
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, I might. I don't know if I need a Patreon, because it's more of a hobby, and my videos aren't Patreon worthy. I don't think. They're pretty simple videos I make.
That reminds me, I myself have a Patreon, and it was usually just for me getting through uni and having some food on the side and money on the side to spend for food and print products, since I am still a communication design university student. And now I'm trying to collect it to put into my animation and pilot. Though it's still, I really appreciate all the money I get, but it's still not, studio worthy animations. It's still a very small amount if you consider how much money it takes to actually animate stuff.
Yeah, if I do Patreon, it'll be a while, until I can justify it. Like, but like
with like consistent content.
Yeah, like I can't really justify it right now.
Understandable.
Mm-hmm.
I might just like get occasional YouTube revenue, which doesn't pay really that well. Like I have like $50, and this is like over a year of like uploading.
Oh wow, that's more I ever had in 9 years.
But I can't access any of it. Like I don't have any access to the money until it hits 100. I'm like 49. I think I have $49. Like I'm 49% there.
Well, that's pretty
That's
good.
a weird system.
Yeah, it's a weird system. Like they don't pay out at 50. It's like 100, and then you put in your banking information, which I haven't done yet.
Huh. I mean, yeah, that's problematic. I think I connected my PayPal to it back then, but they sent me a mail later on when I got demonetized saying, due to no spend, your AdSense account is getting deactivated.
Oh,
I got this mail.
so you don't have monetization on your channel anymore?
No, I got it removed because I don't have enough viewers.
That's
But
I think you I think you can't. I'm not sure. You need like a certain amount of watch hours, I think, and then you can monetize.
yeah, I know. I kind of kept up with all that stuff, but the problem is these days, as a single person, it's really hard to get that many viewers.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess got lucky with that Ace video because that got like a lot of views, and that like pretty much contributed to all the watch hours, I think. Like I know
Yes.
1,000 subs is the max amount of money you need. I mean the max amount of subs you need to get ad revenue, like AdSense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm also in the Council of YouTube Discord, if you know what that is.
I've heard of it.
So basically, there, for those who don't know, it's a Discord channel where you have to have at least 1K to get in, 1,000. And then you can like interact and collaborate with people that are bigger than you or as big as you. There's like kind of almost like a caste system in a way, but people are usually pretty open, and you can DM them if anything is up. And they, like, even the bigger ones that are like 10 times as big as me get demonetized and just kind of give up on YouTube sometimes. It's really depressing.
I've only got demonetized like twice. One was a joke video. The second one was like a stream I did that wasn't that great. And like, but my regular videos don't get demonetized.
Oh, that's great.
But that'll probably change if I hit a certain amount of subscribers, because I think the demonetization, like the algorithm, I think it's bigger for people with more subs than it is for smaller accounts.
Yeah. I'm still hoping for that one successful video that is not drama related. Get big.
Make random stuff because some of my favorite YouTube videos are just animation is concerned. Just random little snippets, like maybe just some funny music or like an animated meme.
Oh, I've tried these before, but I'm really worried because a lot of them get, since it's not my music, they just take it and put commercials on it. And I don't get anything of that because my channel is not monetized, but then that specific video is monetized for some reason because they just took it.
I'm glad I got I got lucky with Gorilla's stuff, like with the algorithm. Like if whenever a video got monetized or blocked, they just removed the video, edited out that one specific clip, or mixed up or played multiple songs instead of one song, and then that usually that usually fixes the video, but like I have to leave the project open. I can't like delete anything. And then I have to re-upload. I have to export and re-upload it, but that's what I used to do back when I started out.
I did see a Twitter update from YouTube saying that they're going to crack down on people who claim under 5 seconds of musical footage.
Yeah, like they still can block the video, but they can't take any of your ad revenue or make money if you can't monetize off the video. Like they can't make any money. They can just block it.
That's pretty good though. Fun fact about the Gorillaz stuff: they used to block it in Germany, the Gorillaz music, and I don't know why. It was just generally blocked, and like it felt like the people or like the band, whatever is behind the band slash the artist, was just kind of blocking it for funsies in Germany or something like that. Or YouTube hated Gorillaz. Something happened. I'm not 100% sure. But there was a big drama and hard to get to, like, get the music from Gorillaz. It was like almost like being illegal.
Weird.
Very strange.
Yeah.
Right, there is one more bit of news, and it's sad news, I'm afraid to say. Just recently, animator, the very key animators of Who Framed Roger Rabbit passed away.
Oh yeah, Richard Williams, right?
Yeah.
The key. Wait, was he?
What?
Was he?
Roger Rabbit and Pink Panther.
He was really good. Weird thing happened. I heard about it like early in the day, and one of my friends posted it in like a Discord channel, and I'm like, oh dang, that happened, and everyone just kind of ignored it, like didn't even read it. Was like, I guess that happened. Okay, let's carry on with our fun stuff, which felt really weird. It's like, okay, you're not at least a tiny bit sad.
Yeah. I still have like, I'm pretty sure every animator has the animator survival kit.
Well, not yet. I only have a PDF document.
Yeah. That was that and some YouTube tutorials were some of the really big things that helped me understand what I was actually doing. Passion for animation. I just needed guidance.
Yeah, that stuff was really important. Funny enough, I actually learned from more like so less traditional medium and less from that PDF, but more from like Flash artists that kind of taught themselves and then taught other people. There's like this really nice series of tiny videos about the principles, which are really nice. I don't know who made them right now, but these really helped me. Yeah.
Right. News-wise?
I don't know. What else is there news-wise?
I think we've run out of news.
Yeah.
Oh. How far are we in though?
We're an hour and 12 minutes, I think.
Oh wow.
There is one.
We've been talking for.
There is one bit of news. Garfield got bought by Viacom.
Oh yeah, Garfield's a Nickelodeon property now.
Oh, that's surreal. That's weird.
And there is already a Garfield show supposedly in production. For Nickelodeon.
I hope it has like creepy entities in it. And be like, sorry, John.
Oh yes, I want them to writing this. I don't know who's directing this, but I hope they are aware of the "I'm sorry, John" meme.
I hope so as well. I hope they do like stylized something. I don't know. I sure hope so. And I want it to be 2D, not 3D.
Oh yeah, the Garfield show, it was very uncanny to me.
Yeah, and it felt really lazily animated. Like,
yeah, I think there's like an unfinished frame in one episode.
there
What
might be
define
multiple.
unfinished?
Like it's not fully animated. Like it was like the models weren't perfect looking. There was like no background.
And that wasn't part of a joke or anything?
I don't think it was. I'm not. I saw something on Twitter.
Oh, that's really uncanny, man. The thing. Is there anything else? Oh, okay. This is since Garfield was bought. Have you guys heard that Tumblr was bought?
By who?
By a different thing.
WordPress,
Wait.
Yeah, WordPress.
Yeah.
And they're not changing. They're not changing anything. It's gonna stay the same. No NSFW still.
Aw.
Huh.
I wish Pornhub had bought Tumblr.
It's a weird domino effect that happened when Tumblr just stopped hosting NSFW content, because like all those artists came to Twitter. Came with the good and the bad, in the sense that Tumblr users were highly stereotyped for being easily triggered and like a bunch of the sort of thing. And that kind of like bled into Twitter, which is kind of like
it caused a lot of uproar and drama.
Yeah, Twitter became a lot more of an interesting place after a bunch of Tumblr artists came over.
Yeah.
That reminds me. Oh, go on.
Yeah, I moved after the Tumblr thing. I moved to Twitter, and ever since then, I haven't went back.
Yeah, though the Tumblr purge didn't wipe out everything. There's still a lot of smut on there, especially with like art pieces that are like weirdly colored or uncanny colored. They couldn't have been detected at all, so that's still a thing. Anyways, about the Tumblr Twitter thing that a lot of people came over. There's this one animator that is also German called Kati Knitt.
Uh-huh.
And she had like some weird beef with Oni because she said that Oni is a transphobe, I think. But he was just pointing out that she was baiting people into, being labeled as transphobic, which was true. I went through the whole thread and everything, and it seemed pretty much drama, and I just didn't care about it, so I just kind of unfollowed her. So things like that seem to happen now more often on Twitter since the Tumblr thing happened.
Yeah, although we are seeing a little bit of balance. Twitter drama isn't as rampant as it was a couple months ago.
Oh yeah, with like the Pro Jared thing and everything.
Oh gosh, the Pro Jared thing. I'm still seeing jokes about it, but I haven't a couple weeks ago I checked Jared's channel. He hasn't posted in months.
Yeah.
Which I wouldn't either, because like the last thing he posted was on his gaming channel, and every single one of the comments was either I came here for the comments or something about the drama. Best thing ever to read. It was an afternoon well spent.
Oh, and apparently a lot of people are viewing the videos he did with Commander Holly now, because in my recommended was Pokemon Go with Commander Holly, and there were a bunch of comments.
Of course they are. What else would they be? Yeah, but it's weird that a lot of drama, once the new drama happens, the old drama is forgotten and everything is fine again, which is really weird.
Yeah.
It's like once the Egoraptor thing happened, people switched from Projera to Egoraptor, and before that, they had the Jontron thing, and then they ignored that because of the James Charles thing. Wait, that was way before Jontron thing.
Yeah, Jontron thing was like really, really old.
But you get what I mean. You know, the next drama, and everyone just kind of forgets.
Yeah, we just jump on like it's a different episode of a different show.
Yeah.
Although jokes are still made of previous drama, they're just not as funny.
Yeah.
At the moment.
The weirdest thing is always when there's like younger people that don't know anything of the past, and you do like a drama related joke and they just don't know, and you're just not sure what to respond anymore.
Hey, Jontron, remember that? It's like, kind of do. It's weird though. Like Jontron is still making videos, although matter and quality is kind of varying and kind of weird. But Jontron's always been about the weird.
Yeah. I really like the production quality they have gone to with the Jontron show.
Yeah, I did like that they hosted a game jam. That was really cool.
Oh, they did? I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, Jontron got together like 5 of his friends to do a little game jam, and I think one of them was Oni.
Oh wow! Okay.
That's epic. So they had 48 hours to make a video game. Teams of 2 or teams of 3, 2 teams.
Are they free available, the games, or?
Tweet I think yesterday saying, hey, remember that game jam episode? Well, those games are playable now.
Oh wow. Is it on like his Twitter?
Well, yeah, he made a tweet about it. I'm not sure where he posted the games exactly. Oh, right. Time to get into things. We have a question.
We do.
Yeah. What is your favorite art style change in a cartoon?
My favorite art style change in a cartoon.
It's kind of weird because like art style changes usually cause more riots than they do positive feelings.
I think I know one that I really enjoyed. The new quote-unquote Ninja Turtles.
Well, which one? Was it the 3D one or the 2D one?
The 2D one with the edgy art style.
Yeah, the 2D one looks really cool.
I really like the almost Invader Zim inspired look.
Yeah, I like how they made each Ninja Turtle like a different type of turtle in that show.
Yeah, and I also like that the technology turtle, the what's his name? The purple one?
Donatello.
Yeah, Donatello. That he just ignores the magic weapon in like the first episode and just stays with his technological stuff. It's so fucking hilarious. I really enjoy that part.
Yeah, and I like how the art's done by a guy who worked on Samurai Jack. Like the art style is very similar to Samurai Jack.
Yeah, it does. Though I feel like the lines just make it pop a bit more, and like the 3D they sometimes implement makes it also more interesting to look at.
Okay,
all right.
Okay, the artist was Andy Soriano. That's the character designer.
Sounds familiar.
He is pretty cool. He is very cool, yes.
Nice. I think one of my favorite art style changes, because like a lot of the times when a cartoon changes their art, it's not really met with praise. One I do like is like the like slow but steady progression of art through the Amazing World of Gumball. Because if you compare like season 1 art to season whatever they're doing now. Although I do kind of like, there's the hate again. They did change some characters from 3D to 2D to for, I guess, consistency in one of the most inconsistent shows, art wise.
I kind of enjoy that though, that they kind of grow up with the show.
Yeah, although well, they don't really grow up. They kind of usually involve Gumball and Darwin switching voice actors on the fly.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But like,
I really like the part where they sing and then their voice changes. I don't know what season that was in.
I do remember Penny, Gumball's love interest girlfriend thing. I remember in like the early seasons, she was a 3D modeling character, and then they changed her to 2D, her like peanut shell form thing, and then she broke out of her shell in that one episode and stayed that way. Although I do think a better transition would have been make a smooth transition from a 3D peanut shell design to a 2D whatever it was.
Yeah, that would have been more in tune with the show, but I mean, they have to also be a bit more practical about it because it was such a long-running show.
Yeah.
Though I'm really surprised how long Gumball was kept up. Like, it never felt too boring or mean-spirited also, which is it's really rare these days because like Adventure Time ended on a like really weird note. Summer Jake, the ending was not that great, I think, in my opinion. But like Gumball was like, even his last season was really good.
Yeah, I hope there's a movie because the show ended on a cliffhanger.
Which I hate when they do that. Panty and Stocking did that. Gumball did it. Clone High did it. Man did it, I think.
You remember that console cartoon with the cars and the underground city with the racing?
Oh yeah, Motor City.
Yeah,
Motor City.
it was so fucking good. Why did they cancel it? I'm still crying.
Like Disney didn't want to make merch for some. Oh yeah, I think it was because the Cars toys. Like they didn't want to make two Cars toy lines or something. Maybe.
Like the Disney movie Cars and the Cars from Motor City.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But that's two different things.
I know. Let me.
They could have made dolls of the female characters and neon stuff and glow in the dark. Could have done so much with that.
Mm-hmm. Although it's gonna be weird to see like if like these Netflix series do merch. Because like a lot of the major merch from like those come from a network, Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
They still have networks, but they're not really associated with those networks as much as they're associated with Netflix themselves.
That's true, though. I really want Invader Zim merch.
Yeah, that'll probably be easy since Nick still owns Zim. Although I'm not sure how contract negotiations would go over, because I'm pretty sure there's BoJack Horseman merch, but I'm not sure who owns what.
Wait, wasn't BoJack Horseman also like in Adult Swim?
It's on Comedy Central in the US also. And they promote it as new episodes. But I'm like, that was on Netflix. That's not a new episode. That was on Netflix like years ago. But hopefully Tuca and Birdie will end up on Comedy Central if Netflix won't renew it. Cause I guess the production company that makes BoJack made a deal with Comedy Central. I know that Netflix is trying to keep their shows on their service. So that was probably
Yeah.
before they like secured it, so it's only on Netflix.
That reminds me, I don't know who it was exactly, but someone recommended me that BoJack Horseman company who animated that. Was it you, ShadeX? I don't know. Someone recommended me to look into that.
I don't know if I did, but yeah, it's called the Tornante Company, I think.
Yeah, since once my show gets hopefully picked up by someone, some company, I'm still thinking like who can animate that and stuff like that. But maybe that's just looking too fast forward since it's not even like completely animated yet.
Yeah, I have heard people saying that they're gonna stop pitching to the major three networks as far as cartoons go, and just start pitching directly to streaming companies.
Yeah.
Apparently, Amazon Prime is taking the creator of BoJack Horseman's next show.
Oh. Okay, I didn't even know he was on another show again.
Yeah, so I guess BoJack is ending on Netflix soon, I guess. Maybe next... I know the seasons come out during the summer usually, so maybe, I don't know, is the next season going to be the final season?
I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, I actually didn't watch BoJack, so I don't know.
Yeah, they usually
I haven't either.
like they randomly announce the season. Like they're like it's coming out in a couple months or.
Yeah, it's just they don't have too much of a hype around it. I feel like.
Yeah, like they just release a trailer, then like the next week or next month, like it comes out.
Huh. Okay.
Right. So, questions and I guess news. The end of the podcast.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Rebecca, did you want to plug some stuff before we signed off?
Let me think. Follow me on Twitter and YouTube, and support me on Patreon if you want to. If you don't have any money, that's fine. Just comment and like my stuff. That's pretty important right now because I'm still growing. I'm a growing channel. I'm a growing person, and yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah.
All right. This was the Animated Dudes podcast. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.